Hello everyone, this is Malinongwe Mtila from Murray High School, grade 11, participant of the Eskom Expo that we're having this year. So I'm doing the theoretical mathematical project. I'm doing the theoretical physics. I've chosen a topic on time travel. So, Einstein's special theory of relativity changed the notion that the universe is made up of three coordinates, which is a universe made of space. He transformed that notion into a universe that includes time as well, where it's no longer made of space, but it's made of space-time, where there can be found both magnitude and extension. And then he revisited his theory in 1915 to explain how gravity is produced by the interaction of matter and space-time, where gravity is produced by the distribution of matter that occupies it. And from there, it moved to 1937, where it was discovered that a closed time-like curve could be produced by manipulating the right amount of energy distribution in the universe to create a trajectory in which, if it were to be traversed by an observer, it could lead back to its initial starting point. But as such assertions are made and are discovered in the Einstein theories, there are contradictions as well that say that a closed curve cannot exist. Such notions are paradoxes. Well, the one I'm focusing on is the grandfather paradox, where this trajectory is made, but the traverser that traveled the closed curve accidentally killed their grandfather in the past, leading to one can imagine this like so. Imagine that a closed curve is made, and then the time traveler travels back to the past to a point in time in which their grandfather was a very young man. And what the time traveler does is that he kills his grandfather. What that means is that his mother or father will not be born, meaning they too will not be born to invent the closed curve in order to travel back to the past. It is said that a closed curve cannot exist. So my focus here on time travel is based completely on the grandfather paradox. I'm providing a solution to the grandfather paradox where a solution that will allow a closed curve to exist. So my solution is that, first, this argument provided by the physics philosopher David Lewis does not explain exactly how this event happens with respect to how grandfather was murdered. So, with respect to how events happen, I have provided a summary of how events happen, like in general, with respect to human experience and history. With respect to how events happen, they're categorized on the basis of major and minor events. A major event is an event that occupies and is observed by a very large number of observers, such as a World Championships baseball game. This example of an event. Okay, so with respect to the grandfather paradox, I first provided a summary of how events happen and how grandfather paradox would have happened relative to there being observers to perceive of the event as having occurred. So after that, I provided a solution of how convergence is brought about by relative to the alpha word line. An event did not happen, and when someone tries to change the past, convergence occurs because they trigger it by making the observers that were present there to perceive of the event that happened as not happening. Therefore, this barrier is made by the observers that were there in the original world line, and they make this barrier so that the past remains unchanged. So from there, I provide a solution of what the time traveler would do is to make the observers present there to see what they want to see, so not to trigger convergence and to change the past. And from there, if this time traveler were to travel to the past and wish to change the event of killing his grandfather, all they need to do, let's say the observers present, they can only see the projectiles, such as the bullets aimed at grandfather, and because of the visual of blood, they perceive of him being murdered. One can use that to their advantage, because they could use rubber bullets. Who's to say that the bullets aren't real? Who's to say that the blood is fake? So in order to change the past, they need to make the observers present there to perceive of what happened as happening as it happened. So they could shoot grandfather with rubber bullets and the blood would catch up.